The man was shocked to discover a foreign ship floating down the streets of City N. The rising sea swallowed the Statue of Liberty and swept towards the city center. People thought it was just a typical rainstorm, completely unaware of the impending crisis. They sought shelter in the library, which seemed relatively orderly. However, in the next moment, towering waves surged in, engulfing the city and devouring everything in an instant. Sam rushed forward, grabbed his girlfriend, and managed to escape into the library just before being submerged. Yet, fragile human constructions were no match for the colossal waves. People were trapped together by the floodwaters, and mobile devices ceased to function, leaving everyone on edge. Sam remembered that the library had an old-fashioned landline, so he ventured into the basement and dialed his father's number. Upon learning that his son was still alive, Jack breathed a sigh of relief. He repeatedly urged them to stay indoors, as the Earth was entering an ice age, and temperatures would plummet rapidly. Sure enough, snowflakes soon began to fall from the sky, and the seawater quickly froze solid. People elsewhere started to leave the city, and those in the library wanted to follow suit. However, Sam stopped them, having unwavering faith in his father and insisting that everyone wait in place. But no one listened to him, and the vast majority chose to leave. They walked the streets, enduring the bone-chilling cold, with no one knowing just how low the temperature would drop. Meanwhile, Jack was preparing to gather his equipment and find his son, but his superiors demanded an immediate report on the disaster. Jack had no choice but to suggest evacuating citizens south of the line on the map. The farther south, the better. As for those north of the line, they had already missed the rescue window, and stepping outside would mean certain death by the storm. Although this plan was incredibly difficult to make, the leadership ultimately gave the order to execute it. Temperatures in City N plummeted, and the water had frozen into ice. Crowds began to appear on the ice surface, preparing to evacuate the city and flee southward. On the other side, two of Jack's colleagues, worried about him going to City N alone, decided to accompany him. Due to the intense snowstorm, Jack's car broke down on the way, forcing them to walk 150 kilometers to reach City N. To combat the frigid weather, Sam found a fireplace that had been abandoned for years and moved nearly all the books from the library into the room for warmth. The limited snacks from the vending machines became their sustenance for survival. Having done all this, Sam firmly believed that his father would come for him. Those who had left the library began their journey again, but every time they rested, a large number of companions fell into an eternal slumber. When dawn broke, the heavy snowfall obscured Jack and his companions' vision, leaving them unaware of what lay beneath their feet. The glass, unable to withstand the weight of the sled, shattered instantly, dragging the group into the abyss. Although a companion hanging in midair cut the safety rope connecting the sled, the thin glass still could not support the weight of two people. To avoid endangering the others, he chose to cut the rope and ultimately plummeted to the ground.